You won't believe this, but after 60, the healthiest food you trust could be the one that kills you. John was 68, a disciplined man. Every night he ate skinless chicken breast, trimmed, grilled, no fat, no skin, exactly what his doctor recommended. And then one day he collapsed. A massive stroke took him away without warning. His family was stunned. How could this happen to someone who did everything right? Here's the shocking truth. After 60, many foods we've been told are safe, even healthy, can silently damage your blood vessels and brain, and no one is warning you about it. In this video, I'll expose 10 seemingly healthy meats and foods that could secretly be putting you at risk, counting down from number 10 to a 1, where I'll reveal why even that heart-friendly piece of chicken might be a hidden killer. But don't worry, I'll also show you 5 types of meat that actually protect your heart and brain, so you can still enjoy your meals without gambling with your health. If you're over 60 and serious about living longer and healthier, you can't afford to ignore what's on your plate. Number 10. Smoked meats and cured meats, the salty trap that pushes your blood vessels to the edge. Maybe you think a few slices of salami on a charcuterie board or a little pastrami in your sandwich is no big deal. But here's the hidden danger. These cured meats are packed with sodium bombs, and that's a serious threat, especially after 60. Processed meats often contain multiple times the sodium your body actually needs. When you overload on sodium, your body retains water to maintain balance. This increases your blood volume, raising your blood pressure dramatically. Now imagine your blood vessels like pipes. The more pressure inside, the more likely those pipes are to crack. And your brain's blood vessels, already delicate with age, are the first to suffer. Just a few bites of salty cured meat each day can turn your cardiovascular system into a pressure cooker without a release valve. Don't let tradition or convenience become the reason you suffer a stroke. Choose fresh, lean proteins with minimal sodium, prepared in healthier ways. Your heart and your brain will thank you. Number 9. Ribeye steaks and fatty red meats. Delicious flavor, silent consequences. A perfectly cooked ribeye, juicy, tender, with marbled fat running through. It's one of the most mouth-watering images in the culinary world. But that same seductive fat is quietly fueling a dangerous process in your body. Arterial plaque buildup. Fatty cuts of red meat like ribeye are loaded with saturated fats, which raise levels of LDL cholesterol, the bad kind. Think of LDL as thick sludge coating the inside of your arteries. Over time, it forms atherosclerotic plaques, sticky deposits that narrow the passageways carrying oxygen-rich blood to your brain. Worse yet, if one of those plaques ruptures, it can trigger a blood clot, completely blocking a brain artery. The result? Paralysis, speech loss, or sudden death. Sure, a ribeye steak may satisfy your taste buds, but ask yourself, is a few minutes of indulgence worth the risk of a lifetime disability, or worse? If you still enjoy red meat, choose leaner cuts. Eat them less often, and always pair with fiber-rich vegetables to help protect your blood vessels. Number 8. High-fat ground beef, the inflammation fire, hidden in your everyday meal. A sizzling burger, a hearty beef stew, a steaming bowl of chili. These are American comfort foods at their finest. But here's the issue. Most of them are made with high-fat ground beef, typically 70-30 or 80-20 blends. Sounds rich and flavorful, right? Unfortunately, it also means you're loading up not just on saturated fat, but also creating a dangerous imbalance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids, fueling chronic inflammation in your body. Chronic inflammation is like a slow-burning fire inside you. It damages the fragile endothelial lining of your blood vessels, the thin protective layer that keeps your circulation healthy. When inflammation hits the blood vessels, they become sticky, making it easier for bad cholesterol and platelets to build up. The result? Plaques and blood clots that can block arteries in your brain, leading straight to a stroke. You might think, it's just one burger. But eating fatty ground beef regularly is like pouring gasoline on the fire of internal inflammation. The fix? Choose leaner ground beef. Look for 90-10 or 93-7 blends, and whenever possible, go for grass-fed beef, which has a healthier omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. Combine it with greens and fiber-rich sides to protect your heart and brain. This one small change could make a big difference in your long-term stroke risk. Number 7. Hot dogs. An American icon, but a chemical bomb for your blood vessels. Hot dogs, the all-American snack. They're on every grill during summer barbecues, at baseball games, and family picnics. But behind that familiar shape and salty bite lies a highly processed cocktail of chemicals and additives that can seriously threaten your cardiovascular health. The problem isn't just fat or sodium, it's the preservatives, especially nitrates and nitrites. These compounds keep the meat looking fresh and extend shelf life. But once cooked or exposed to stomach acid, they can convert into nitrosamines, chemicals linked to damage of the endothelial lining of your blood vessels. That lining is your body's last line of defense. It regulates blood pressure and prevents clot formation. When it breaks down, your arteries become inflamed and rough, ideal conditions for cholesterol and platelets to stick, forming clots and plaques. This is the perfect storm for a future stroke. Sure, a hot dog may bring back childhood memories, but it could also be delivering a silent blow to your vascular system. Instead of relying on ultra-processed meats, choose cleaner sources of protein, minimally processed and nitrate-free, especially if you care about keeping your brain and heart healthy as you age. Number 6. Bacon, the double whammy that targets your heart and brain. Who can resist the sound and smell of bacon crackling in the pan? It's a breakfast favorite across America. But here's what most people don't realize. Bacon combines the two most dangerous ingredients for your cardiovascular health: sky-high sodium and saturated fat. Just a few strips of bacon can deliver nearly 1/3 of your recommended daily sodium. That kind of salt surge causes a sharp spike in blood pressure, putting immediate stress on your arteries, especially risky after age 60. At the same time, bacon is rich in saturated fat, which your liver uses to produce LDL cholesterol, the bad kind. When LDL builds up, it clings to your artery walls, creating atherosclerotic plaques. The more plaques you have, the narrower your arteries become, and the higher your risk of a stroke. In simple terms, bacon is a double threat. It raises your blood pressure and accelerates artery clogging at the same time. That sizzling sound on the pan? It may be music to your ears, but it could also be a warning sign for your blood vessels. If you want to start your day without increasing your risk of stroke, think twice before adding those crispy bacon strips to your plate. Your brain and heart deserve better. Number 5. Canned meat, a risk capsule for your heart. Canned meats like Spam, Vienna sausages, or canned ground beef have long symbolized convenience, especially during tough times when shelf-stable food was a necessity. Even today, they sit on pantry shelves as a quick fix when time is tight. But behind that innocent-looking can lies a troubling collection of threats, especially to your heart and brain. To last for years on the shelf, these products are loaded with sodium, often far exceeding daily recommended limits. Excess sodium makes the body retain water, pushing up blood pressure and putting enormous strain on your arteries. It doesn't stop there. These meats are typically made from fatty cuts with little nutritional value, and they're preserved with additives like nitrates and nitrites. Once inside your body, these can convert into inflammatory compounds that damage the delicate lining of your blood vessels. Some cans even contain a BPA coating, a chemical linked to hormonal disruption and elevated blood pressure. To put it plainly, each can is a combo pack of sodium, unhealthy fats, preservatives, and packaging risks. The convenience you gain today could cost you dearly tomorrow when your cardiovascular system pays the price. If possible, opt for fresh cuts of meat cooked at home. It's one of the best long-term investments you can make for your health after 60. Number 4. Fried chicken, a comfort food with hidden risks. That crispy golden crust, the juicy bite inside. Fried chicken is hard to resist, It brings memories of family dinners, Sunday comfort, or a little indulgence after a long day. But every piece of fried chicken could be silently waging war on your cardiovascular system. The problem starts with how it's made. Fried chicken is typically deep-fried at very high temperatures, especially in fast food kitchens where oil is reused multiple times. Under extreme heat, that oil breaks down, producing inflammatory compounds and harmful free radicals. These substances stick to artery walls like toxic glue. But it gets worse. High-temperature frying also generates something called AGEs, advanced glycation end products. These molecules make proteins like collagen stiff and brittle, and when that happens to the proteins in your blood vessels, you get hardened, less flexible arteries, raising blood pressure and creating the perfect storm for clot formation. That's a stroke just waiting to happen. A single piece of fried chicken may bring momentary joy, but frequent indulgence could come at a high cost: your heart and brain health. Love chicken? Try baking or steaming it instead. You'll keep the flavor and your future. Number 3. Deli meats and ham. Convenience that could kill quietly. A sandwich with a few slices of deli meat, some cheese and lettuce, it takes under 2 minutes to make. It's a go-to lunch across America, from office desks to kids' lunch boxes. But is that convenience quietly chipping away at your brain and heart health? Most deli meats, from ham and turkey to roast beef, are processed with high levels of sodium and nitrite preservatives to extend shelf life. These additives, once inside the body, can raise blood pressure and damage the inner lining of your blood vessels, a critical layer for heart health. That innocent slice of meat is actually a microdose of risk, nudging you closer to a potential stroke. And there's more. Many processed deli meats also contain inorganic phosphates, additives that can stress the kidneys, the very organs that help regulate your blood pressure and filter your blood. Regularly eating deli meats is like dripping acid onto your circulatory system. The damage may not be visible right away, but it accumulates, and one day, it erupts. Love sandwiches? Choose home-cooked meats, lower in sodium and free from preservatives. It's a small switch, but it can make a massive difference to your arteries and your future. Number 2. Pork sausages. A tasty breakfast with hidden dangers. An American-style breakfast plate featuring sizzling pork sausages, sunny-side-up eggs, and toast. It's a familiar and appetizing image. But behind that greasy appeal lies a serious threat to cardiovascular health, particularly the risk of stroke. Pork sausages aren't just meat. They're a hazardous trio of the top 3 artery-damaging factors. First, extremely high sodium. The massive salt content in sausages can spike your blood pressure just after a few bites, increasing stress on blood vessels early in the day. Second, saturated fat. This type of fat raises LDL cholesterol, the bricklayer behind plaque buildup that clogs arteries in the brain and heart. Third, nitrates and nitrites. These preservatives help sausages retain their color and flavor, but they directly damage the blood vessel lining, making vessels more fragile, stiff, and prone to plaque formation. Few foods pack all 3 sniper bullets aimed at vascular health the way pork sausages do. Starting your day with this item is like stepping on a landmine on your road to healthy aging. If you truly love the taste of sausage, consider alternatives that are lower in sodium, nitrate-free, and made from lean meat. Or better yet, make your own at home with controlled ingredients. Your brain health is worth that effort. Number 1. Skinless industrial chicken breast. A hero that turns out to be the villain. And finally, we arrive at the most shocking entry on the list. One that might leave you reeling because it completely contradicts everything you've been told for decades. The biggest hidden threat to vascular and brain health after 60 isn't red meat or fried food, but skinless industrial chicken breast, the food that's long been considered the gold standard of healthy eating. I understand your skepticism. Isn't skinless chicken breast the #1 recommendation by doctors and nutritionists? Exactly. And it's precisely this blind trust that makes it the most silent threat of all. The issue isn't the chicken itself, it's how humans raise and process it in today's industrial systems, and more importantly, how an aging body reacts to it. First, this is a nearly fat-free protein, but the brain, the control center of life, is made mostly of fat. The body also requires healthy fats to absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. Critical soldiers that fight inflammation, protect against oxidation, and maintain blood vessel health. When you eat ultra-lean chicken breast, you're denying your body the chance to absorb these vital nutrients, making your arteries more vulnerable over time. Second, most modern industrial chicken is raised on GMO corn and soy feed with routine use of antibiotics. The result? Chicken meat may contain residues of chemicals, antibiotics, and growth hormones. For seniors with sensitive immune systems, regular consumption of this meat can disrupt gut microbiota, trigger chronic inflammation at the cellular level, and accelerate atherosclerosis and damage to brain and heart vessels. Skinless chicken breast was once the symbol of clean eating, but in today's context, especially for the aging body, it may be the most dangerous thing on your plate if consumed daily without knowing its origin or how it's processed. And finally, here's something few expect. This clean, lean meat can spike your blood sugar. Not because protein is inherently bad, but because you're consuming a large amount of fast-absorbing protein without fat or fiber to slow digestion. It's like dumping fuel straight into an engine already revving high. Your body responds with a surge of insulin, throwing your metabolism off balance. Over time, this can lead to insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, a close ally of stroke. For decades, we've been convinced of a simple story. Fat is the villain, lean protein is the hero. But reality is far more complex. The quest for clean meat has created an industrial food product that's imbalanced, mass-produced, and stripped of the nutrients your body truly needs to fight inflammation and vascular aging. The food you thought was the safest might actually be the most silent threat to your brain and heart. If you're feeling a bit uneasy, that's perfectly normal. Looking around your kitchen, it might seem like everything is a hidden enemy. But don't panic, this isn't the end. Now we shift direction, from avoidance to empowerment. In the next section, you'll discover the top 5 meats that can actually protect your blood vessels, nourish your brain, and help you build a stroke-free, healthy life after 60. Number 5. Wild salmon, the silent protector of your blood vessels. We begin this list with a familiar but timeless name, wild-caught salmon. Especially varieties like sockeye or coho, these fish stand out not only for their flavor, but also for their exceptionally high levels of omega-3s EPA and DHA, essential fats often referred to as armor for the heart and brain. Think of omega-3s as a team of expert engineers. They lower blood pressure, fight inflammation, prevent arterial plaque buildup, and even reduce the risk of blood clots, all of which are direct contributors to stroke risk. Unlike farmed fish, wild salmon isn't exposed to artificial environments or unwanted fats. Just 2 servings of wild salmon per week can lay the foundation of a strong defense system for your circulatory and cognitive health. This is one of the smallest yet most powerful dietary changes you can make to proactively and sustainably prevent strokes. Number 4. Grass-fed lamb, the silent anti-inflammatory warrior. If salmon is the gold standard for cardiovascular health, then grass-fed lamb is the hidden silver, a nutrient-rich choice too often overlooked. What makes this meat stand out isn't just its natural origin, but its impressive nutritional profile, thanks to a diet of pasture herbs and grasses. In addition to providing natural omega-3s, grass-fed lamb is a source of conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, a healthy fat scientifically recognized for its potent anti-inflammatory effects. CLA acts like a biological fire extinguisher, calming low-grade inflammation in the body, especially in the blood vessels and endothelium, fragile areas that, when inflamed, lead to atherosclerosis and stroke. Switching from conventional red meat to grass-fed lamb isn't just a flavor change, it's a strategic move to reduce chronic inflammation, a key factor in preventing serious vascular conditions like stroke and heart disease. It's a subtle but powerful upgrade for any diet over the age of 60. Number 3. Free-range duck, an unexpected delicacy for heart health. This one might surprise you. Duck meat is rarely mentioned in lists of heart-healthy foods, but when ducks are free-range and not fed industrial grains, their rich, flavorful meat can bring unexpected health benefits, especially for older adults. The secret lies in the fat composition. Unlike most animal fat that's high in saturated fat, duck fat is rich in monounsaturated fat, the same type found in olive oil. This type of fat has been shown to reduce LDL, bad cholesterol, while maintaining or slightly increasing HDL, good cholesterol, a crucial factor for protecting blood vessels and brain health. Duck meat is also a natural source of iron and selenium, two minerals that fight oxidation, protect cells, and support immune function, especially important after age 60. So, if you're looking for a delicious dish that also supports your vascular health, a portion of properly roasted free-range duck could be an excellent choice. As long as you manage salt levels and cook it right, it can absolutely earn a spot on your heart-healthy menu. Number 2. Sardines, small but mighty. Don't be fooled by their modest appearance and small size. Sardines, especially whole canned sardines, are one of the most underrated superfoods for heart and vascular health, particularly for people over 60. Like salmon, sardines are rich in omega-3s, EPA, and DHA, shown to reduce inflammation, stabilize blood pressure, and prevent plaque in the arteries. But sardines go even further. When you eat the soft bones, you're also getting easily absorbed calcium to support strong bones and smooth cardiovascular function. Even better, sardines are one of the few foods that provide natural vitamin D, helping your body absorb calcium more efficiently and supporting the immune system, which becomes increasingly important with age. Another bonus, sardines are low on the food chain, meaning they contain very little mercury, making them safer for frequent consumption than larger fish like tuna. In short, with just one small can of sardines, you're giving your body a triple threat of nutrition: omega-3s, calcium, and vitamin D. It's a convenient, affordable, and powerful choice to nourish your circulatory system and protect your brain every day. Number 1. Grass-fed beef liver, a natural vitamin pill for brain and vascular health. And finally, we arrive at the number 1 spot, the most powerful meat to nourish your heart and protect your brain: grass-fed beef liver. This might come as a surprise, but liver is more than just food. It's practically a natural multivitamin. Beef liver is the richest dietary source of B vitamins, especially B12, B6, and folate, 3 key players that help reduce homocysteine levels, a compound linked to artery inflammation and often likened to acid corroding the vessel walls. When homocysteine is kept in check, your arteries remain flexible, clear, and less prone to clots. That's not all. Liver also contains CoQ10, coenzyme Q10, a compound like a rechargeable battery for cells. CoQ10 plays a vital role in powering the heart and supporting cognitive sharpness, especially critical for adults over 60. But if you dislike the strong taste of liver, don't worry. The trick is to finely grind and freeze it in small portions, 100 to 200 grams. Then mix it into familiar dishes like meatballs, spaghetti sauce, or ground beef. The flavor disappears, but the health benefits remain intact. Remember, just a few spoonfuls of liver per week provide your body with a deep nutritional charge that helps prevent stroke, improve memory, and extend healthy longevity. Don't miss our next video on the early warning signs of stroke and how to take proactive steps to prevent it starting today.